What's up, everyone, and welcome to another Bitcoin market update. In these videos, you will learn how to use technical analysis to forecast price movements in your favorite cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and others. Before we get into the analysis today for Bitcoin, I just wanted to briefly touch on our new Discord channel that we just launched called Leutheria Signals. So this is a Discord channel where we aggregate all of our collective ideas related to Bitcoin as well as Ethereum. So all of the different trading ideas we have, whether we're looking at potentially going long or going short on these different assets, those different ideas are what we post in that channel. You can get 24/7 unlimited access to that by sending an email to team@leutheria.com. That is in the description below, and we can send you the information you need to get started joining the group. And then you can get started trading like a pro on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So check that out, and let's dive into Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, as we're looking at this, we have this declining bear volume here over the last 2 months. A longer lower wick last month, which is good news for the bulls. Right now, this month, we haven't seen any follow through from the bulls. Since the monthly open, we've basically just traded down from that point. Not good for the bulls, but also, not discouraging yet because we haven't broke the low of the previous month here at 28,796. So this could still, last month, June, could still end up being our higher low that we're looking to have set. The reason that we think the higher low is going to be set is because of this rise in price. Our last higher low was here in September at 98.21. So the magnitude of this move was about 508%. So for us to come down and just, erase that entire move in one drop without forming a higher low and then a lower high and then lower low is, very unlikely in my opinion. So from a monthly perspective, if we're looking for support and resistance, the monthly support level is going to be this pivot here at around $20,000. So that is confluent, not on this chart, but with the previous all-time high, which was around $20,000 back in 2017. Our resistance level is going to be the R2 pivot up here, which is up at about $46,000. If we look at this from a weekly perspective, the weekly candle closes in about 4 hours. Right now, it's not looking good in terms of bullish continuation here, just because of if we look at the actual candlestick itself, it has a pretty long body. We'll see what we get in terms of volume, though. You can see right now we have 4 hours left, and right now we have declining bear volume, which would be good news for the bulls, and we might be able to see that higher low get set this week, and then from there go up into next week and form either a higher high or a lower high and tighten up the price even more. So what I'm watching is the volume on this weekly close as well as the RSI. If we look at the RSI right now, we're way below the previous lows here for the RSI, but if we look at these lows, we're above that low. So this would actually end up being very bullish for price. So if we form a higher low in price but a lower low in the RSI, this is a bullish divergence, and if we break the high of this weekly candle for this week at 34,685 next week, that will confirm that RSI bullish divergence, and we might see some decent follow through up for the bulls from that point. I do think it is likely that we will form a higher low just because the magnitude of this move right here off of this low was about 27%. We've talked about that in past videos. So it's likely that we'll form a higher low before going lower. If we are to go lower, I think what will happen is we'll form a higher low, form a lower high, and then come down and form a lower low. So that's really what I'm watching there on the weekly time frame. Weekly resistance is going to be this R1 pivot right here at about 37.8. Okay, daily perspective. So this is the interesting development that we've been talking about for several days, which is this gray level now here, this one right here. So this level is from back here in January. This is our January 31st daily candle. If we look over here, we've tested this several times, 9+ times I think, and then finally we broke below it and closed 2 candlesticks below it. So then what happened was we came into this level. Now what happened is we had a rejection off of this level, which is to be expected. So this trade from top to bottom, what happened was this candle, you can see we broke the previous candle's low and high in this candle. But what happened was we went up and then we went below this low. So the trade was from this low here. That's where you potentially could have entered from on a short for a trading idea like this. You're going to say, I'm going to go short on a retest of this level, right? So your shorts entries right around 32.215, and then your take profit is going to be the low of the previous daily candle, because you're saying at a minimum we're going to be setting a lower high here at a minimum, which means we have to break the low of the previous candle. So that was a 3.29% trade right there over the course of what is happening right now? Over the course of today. So 3.29% on 3x leverage, almost 10% gain on that. So that was a nice little trade there in this from this daily level. So now this is our main resistance level, this daily level. So now it's a matter of, can the bulls now try and push through this level after it being support for so many attempts? Now that we're finally below it, can the bulls go back into this level and really change the trend here? We're gonna see. It's gonna be close, but that's what I'm currently watching right now for the daily time frame. One other thing I wanted to look at real quick actually is this right here. Where did this candle close? 31.513, and this low is at 31.575. Oh, okay. Well, there you have it. This is a resistance level now. So we have a confirmed bear trend here. So this is where we have our, if we slide this over for a second, we have a high, low, lower high, and then lower low pattern here. And so now this is a resistance level for price. You can see based on the price action for today that this daily gray level and this daily red level here are what is causing this to have this rejection. So we'll see what we end up getting here in the daily time frame. If we end up pushing above this level and closing 2 daily candles above it, that'll end up being support for a potential retest play. If we go to lower time frames, not a lot to talk about here in my opinion, except for this 1 4-hour level back here, which has been our resistance twice now. So if we break above the 4-hour level and close 2 4-hour candles above it, that'll end up being our main kind of 4-hour support level we'll look for price to bounce off of. But besides that, there's no established trend down here. You can see it's just a lot of choppiness with people anticipating the weekly candle close, the weekly higher low potentially being set, as well as these daily resistance levels rejecting price right here. So there's a lot of people on both sides of the market just trying to anticipate certain things. And so that's when you get this sort of price action here. So that's all I got for this one, guys. If you like this video, give it a like down below and subscribe for future educational content around cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And if you haven't already, check out our beginner technical analysis course that we released on Leutheria.com. This is where you can learn the foundational elements like we talk about in these videos, how to analyze price action to forecast price movements in your favorite cryptocurrencies and generate consistent profit doing so, hopefully over time. So check that out. There's currently a 20% off discount for that on Leutheria.com. There's a link for that in the description below. And until tomorrow, onward and upward.